The Secretary of Defense rears his ugly head. Dubois has been removed, and Oliver's twist. Come back so we can talk about it.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How are we doing today?
I'm feeling good. I don't know about you.
Good.
I'm telling you, it is Another Life, Season 1, Episode 7, Living the Dream. I am your host, the Jupiter Journeyman, Joshua Wright. To my left, again, my eclectic cast here with me, my shipmates. We have our news and gossip guru, Miss Dina Calafala.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. And we have to her left our space games savant. I love it, Miss Hallie Johnson.
You know what? I like this nickname.
All right, we got you. And last but not least, everybody knows him as the real Jack Farmer, but here he is, our in-house contrarian. How you doing, sir?
Welcome to Earth and welcome to the show. I am so glad to be here. This is going to be a banger of an episode. I'm pumped.
Was that a meteor? Like hitting?
Yeah, he's hitting it. Yeah.
He's ready.
I mean, with all the fighting that was going on the episode, I mean,
gosh.
you can't help it. I mean, the gloves
were
on.
Intense. I loved it.
It was intense. We had our Secretary of Defense, who we're going to be discussing. We had Harper was detained. Sasha was arrogant. I mean, that was something. And then we have to deal with our space games. Hallie stomped us last week. But you know what? This week, I'm coming back hard because I'm not going to be a loser.
You know,
do you understand?
I heard that earlier, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to handle it. I'm just saying. I put in some work.
I've been training all weekend for space games.
That's right.
And I'm ready.
Oh, yeah?
I'm telling you, his brain, I saw his brain doing push-ups when I got here today. So we're ready to work. So
I have a Rocky montage of my training ready to go. We're set.
let's hit it.
No.
So, but before we get to all of that, I do want to get everyone's overall thoughts. Jack, I'm going to come to you first. What did you think about the episode today?
I loved how intense it was. Everyone finally got some backbone, and everyone was just at each other's throats. It was great. It was my favorite episode so far.
Okay, Hallie, what's up?
You know what? Everyone's been at their throats since the beginning, but for some reason, this episode had my heart. I was like, yes! It all felt super effective this time.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, Dina, what's up?
It was a good episode, but I felt like the storyline kind of like jumped around a lot.
Okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
not sure if I'm not sure if I like that. I kind of like everything to like be
Chronological or steady?
not chronological, but I didn't like the jumpiness. It felt jumpy to me.
Okay, all right. Well, this is what we'll do. We'll jump around today to keep
Okay,
it consistent.
sure.
But it'll be a good jump. It'll be more like jumping on a trampoline, okay?
Okay.
So, first, I want to talk about Egan Harrison, the Secretary of Defense, who we now find out is the father of Sasha. So, he comes in and it is said that Dubois has been removed, too many security breaches. So now Egan Harrison, Secretary of Defense, is here taking over. What did you think about that, Hallie? I'm going to go with you first.
Of course. You know what just popped in my head as soon as you said Dubois was removed? I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but now that she's been removed, do you think Nico's position might be like compromised? She may not be able to stay captain of the ship. Who's betting for her now?
That's a good point.
I didn't think about that till as soon as you said it. And I don't know how I feel. At first I was like, oh, whatever. I was super indifferent. Then I was sad. And then I was like, send her away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this episode, man, she had me going.
Okay.
She chewed Sasha out.
Yes.
The part where she said about like wishing he was dead instead, I was like, that was a bit of a low blow.
It was low, but we're gonna go low a little later.
Yeah.
Let's I'm gonna scoot over to Jack, so we're gonna get through Secretary real quick because Hallie's ready.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was so cool because Dubois had this like air of importance and power throughout the show, and to have someone basically go, no, I'm in control, and really show that we have someone who's super powerful, super in control. And throughout the episode, we obviously see that Egan is very quick to get hands on, which so far not a lot of people in the show have been, and it had immediate impact, which I love that his character was introduced.
Okay, all right. What about you, Dina?
I see that Sasha's arrogance is clearly inherited.
Oh,
From his dad.
that is a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have to agree with that. He came in. He was abrupt. No warning, and Eric seemed to be taken aback that he was there. You know, he was like, "What are you doing here? I don't work for you. I work for Dubois." Too many security breaches, as I previously stated. And for me, I don't know if there were too many security breaches under Dubois as opposed to just the information that was leaked under Dubois. And anytime information of that magnitude is leaked, whoever's in leadership has to take the fall. We know that's the case. Even in sports, it happens that way. So let's go on into what Dina's talking about, the arrogance of Sasha. So we're going to skip on down. Sasha approached Nico as if he was running that ship. I tell you, I looked at Sasha, I said, wow, you waited till Michelle died to say something to Nico, even though we know he's a bit compromised. But the fact that he actually did it, and he did it in a way where he felt like he was correct. How did you feel? I'm going to come to you, Dina. How did you feel about Nico's response to him?
Okay, well, Nico's response was really harsh.
Okay.
Like you said, I don't think that she should have said to him that I wish you'd die.
Right.
But my concern is that Sasha walked away with a smirk on his face.
Why?
So I'm wondering if this alien recorded everything somehow. Like
Okay.
somehow has footage of this speech that Nico gave.
That's a
this
fair point.
monologue. Yeah.
Okay, that is a fair point, because then if he has footage of it, that could be something that he could use contributing to removing Nico
Yeah,
from
because
the
the way
position.
the way that he walked away, it just he looked like he had accomplished something, like he has some type of dirt on her. And considering how Harper was the next person to get sucked into the alien artifact, and she's like the media mogul of the century, it just seems connected somehow.
Okay, Jack, I'm coming to you on this one. How did you feel about Nico's response?
I wish she had acted like that from the beginning. That's the kind of leadership this whole ship needed from the beginning, is whenever anyone has an issue, she needed to be like, shut up, do your job, quit all this
Back and forth. Yeah.
just do
Are you-
your job.
I'm sorry.
Are
Like,
you
that
team
was-
anti-Nico now?
That was the best Nico we've gotten so far. I absolutely loved it. I want her to yell at everybody.
All right, go ahead, Hallie. It's on you.
Dina's over here judging me.
I'm not judging. It's just you're flip-flopping. You're on this anti-Nico
I am
team
not.
now.
No. Okay, first off, you two need to chill out, because I know you're trying to get me to go to the dark side, and you think I've gone to the dark
Hashtag
side.
justice for Ann.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No to both of you. First off, I'm on Team Hallie. And what Hallie thinks about Nico is, I'm glad that she's finally stepping up to leadership.
Okay.
Granted, she doesn't have to threaten someone's life to do it. Before, when she was trying to be everyone's friend, and then
Right.
she was being emotionally distant and withdrawn, and then she was making stupid decisions, and then she just wanted to hang out in the sauna all day. Like, she was just all over the place. But now she's finally like, "Wah," and I'm like, thank you.
So then-
Nico was.
Finally.
I
ahead.
think
No, go ahead.
Nico was okay with everything she said up until the point where she basically said that she wishes Sasha had died instead of Michelle.
Correct.
Okay, well, let
She
me
was-
ask you
yeah.
this. Let me ask you this. Do you think that this is how Nico is really as a leader and she's been suppressing it, or do you think this is a new form of leadership for her?
I don't think you can make someone dark. You can only provoke their darkness.
So it's already there.
Of course.
Okay, Dina.
I think she just had always wanted to say that to him because he was so arrogant the entire time.
Okay.
There's no point of him there. She made
There literally is no reason for Sasha to be on board.
right, other than so you can come back and say, "Look, Daddy, I was on space."
And remember the conversation his dad had with Harper?
Yeah, he's
Basically trying to get
Right.
like good PR for
Yeah,
his
exactly.
for a
In
presidential
exchange.
run.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I had to think about that for a moment. I was like, wow, they're just both terrible.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, well, talking about good PR, we have great PR here at AfterBuzz TV, and Hallie is going to show you how.
All right, guys, before we move on to the next topic, we wanted to thank you so much for tuning in. You guys make us the ESPN of TV talk. So let's keep it going. And in order to keep us here, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, and if you're on iTunes, give us a good rating. We can't wait to come back to you, and let's move on to the next topic. Thank you so much.
All right. So now I want to piggyback really quickly. I don't have a problem with Nico's comment to Sasha because it was the truth. Now, this is me. I'm not saying you have to offend people in order to tell the truth, but the way that Sasha was pressing Nico and had been pressing her, at some point you have to get people off of your back. And I think Nico felt that was the perfect statement for her to get him off of her back. I don't know if she really cares if he died or not, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's appropriate to say certain things to get people off of your back. That way you can work. That's how I feel. Now, I do want to talk about the PR stunt. That,
real
go
quick,
ahead, Jack.
just to jump in, shout out to the chat. ER's grandpa has a great comment.
Okay.
Diplomatic Nico has been told to take a seat. So shout out to the chat there. I think that's a great comment.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, take a seat. Not at this table, though. Well, I do want to talk about the PR stunt. So we see that Egan is trying, Secretary of Defense, excuse me, I don't want to disrespect the man, but he's trying to get Harper to pull a PR stunt to make him look good, to get him reelected, all these different things. Do you feel like Harper, before the end of the show, did you feel like at that moment, I'm coming to you, Jack, Harper was going to oblige him with her 250 million followers?
With Harper, you never know what you're getting.
Okay.
And so I think it was certainly on the table, but I think as soon as something better comes along, she would have maybe not followed through. As she's always trying to play the game for herself. She's just as diplomatic or political as everyone else, or the Secretary of Defense. So if she thinks that's going to help her, I think she would play his game. But as soon as it feels like it's not going to help her, she would sell him out.
Okay, what about you, Hallie?
That whole moment made me feel extremely uncomfortable. I mean, first off, Harper was just throwing around my 250 million followers. There was something that was just really kind of off about that to me.
You think she pays for her followers?
I was just thinking that. Are they bots though?
You know what? I don't know. I don't care. It's just disturbing to me how someone who has little to no credentials to even be in that room makes zero to no contributions to any of it other than being bossy and gossipy is allowed to be there and has clout just because they have 250 million followers.
Do you think that's the only reason she has clout?
I feel like it is. Otherwise, why is she there? My grandmother could have 250 million followers and still be in that room. There is something really wrong with our society if we think that that's okay.
I don't agree with that, Hallie. I think that she, and Dina, you can chime in, I think that she's done things in the past that have given her clout. I don't think it's just the followers. I've met people, Hallie, you've met people. I used to play in the industry. When I was in Atlanta, I met people with 200,000 and 300,000 followers, and they had zero clout. Zero. They couldn't get on stage and sing a solo during a intermission.
Yeah, but nowadays, when you have followers, that does represent clout in a lot of different industries and situations. Like, I mean, there's been like Instagram influencers who've shown up to like the president's ball just because they have X and X amount of followers.
I agree with that.
Oh, that totally, that makes me so frustrated.
It's so disturbing because, like I said, then my grandmother could do this.
So you think Harper is in that boat? She just has a lot of followers, and now her clout has built from that.
Right, because if she didn't have all that, I highly doubt she would even be there.
Okay.
And it's just frustrating that that's happening. And then the second part that really frustrated me too is just this bossy man that shows up and is like throwing orders around. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And I was wishing he would have just gone into the little shippy thingy, the artifact, whatever, in the first place and disappeared, and then we could all just chill out. And I kind of miss Dubois now.
Okay. Then I'm coming to you. I want to know how you felt. I'm going to go back to the original question. How you felt about Harper's response to Egan when he tried to make the play that it should be a PR stunt.
I just don't like Harper in general. I don't like either of those people in the room. But Harper, for whatever reason, is always talking about journalistic standards and all this stuff. But she allegedly stole a story from a reporter who died, which confirms my dislike for her.
Right, yes.
And she's always throwing around these journalistic standards, but she doesn't follow them herself. And she was literally watching the alien artifact thing happen in front of her, and she wasn't even taking notes.
Oh.
Like, how are you a journalist and you're not taking notes about the scene that you're seeing in front of your eyes.
You know, I like this Dina.
Dina just proved my point.
It's not even going to be factually accurate. You're just going to go like
and try to guess.
Girl.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Dina is on it. Look, let me tell y'all.
It's not just on the show. Even people on the panel here are finally letting loose.
Yeah.
Here's that Nico moment.
We are going nuts right now.
Look at Jack is so pleased. Our in-house contrarian.
Yes.
Y'all have made Jack so proud. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Hallie.
Yeah. Well, I remember actually I saw a meme on social media or something like that, and it was talking about how like a blogger with a ton of followers gets paid more for just blogging about kombucha or like talking about like something random like that, and then real journalists don't get paid anything, and they're putting
doing real stories.
Yeah, they're doing real stories. They're putting in the hustle. And that is just what Harper reminds me of.
Okay, she just
and she loves to claim this like media journalist title, but she's a vlogger. And with a lot of followers because social media likes her a lot, but she doesn't follow any journalistic standards. And
she's a rogue.
She just doesn't
this
do
is
anything.
Scary, y'all.
I mean,
this is what's
Dina's on
happening
it.
in the world right
She's
now.
a rogue.
Pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah,
But if you have that influence, why wouldn't you use it? I mean, if you had 250 million followers that basically will listen to you, wouldn't you also use that to your...
She wasn't taking notes about the thing that she was going to talk about.
She wasn't even participating. She wasn't present. It was all an egotistical
was there
agenda.
Watching stuff. How do you know she's going to remember every single detail when she wakes up the next morning? What kind of journalist does that?
It's not about being right. It's about selling the story that helps you the most.
Uh-oh.
So she's fake news?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
How many people?
Absolutely.
She's essentially just a walking tabloid. I'm done.
Let's segue for a minute. How many people, we can't name right now because I don't remember a lot of them, but how many people do we know, in a sense, have created a following off of fake news? Look, the National Enquirer.
Does that make it right,
It doesn't make it right, but, I mean, that's what they do, and they're happy doing that, and there are people who read it and who are
her
pleased.
ego is just so frustrating to me because she's not even a real journalist.
Okay, all right, let's give Harper a break. We're killing Harper.
I'm over Harper right now, and I just don't want to
To be fair, if I had 250 million followers, I would be completely unbearable. I would be...
Oh, I believe that.
You got a little,
He thinks he isn't already.
He's got a little Jack Kellerman in him anyway, so, you know.
Y'all better watch out for this one.
So, all right, well, let's move forward. Let's talk about Sasha and Javi. So we see that Sasha has decided that his little rant with Nico is not going to work. It's not going to take place. She's not having it. So he moves over and he talks to Bernie, and he's trying to figure out how can we get William to turn off. That tells me that even though William has had issues, they brought up some of the issues you discussed a couple of weeks ago, Jack, about how everything William has said or done has been incorrect or has been incomplete. And so now Sasha is trying to find a way to kill off William. In my estimation, I'm going to go first. I think he's trying to kill off William because he does see value in William. There's something in William that he can do, and I think Sasha is trying to thwart that. So I want to come to you, Dina. How did you feel about Sasha's conversation trying to kill William and then meeting up with Javi?
Are we still calling that whole scene a casual conversation? Because he had drills coming out of his eyes.
That was at the end. At the beginning, it was a cordial conversation. Like Javi was like, "Nah, bro." I mean, but Javi, for me, as a person who's an enforcer, as Jack said, he's an idiot because you can't feel this guy's energy. Like you keep turning your back to him. He's sitting here with sinister eyes, and he's asking you these questions. His head is to the side, and you're like, "Nah, bro, we good, man. Come on, dude. You're supposed to be."
Zero intuition.
Yeah, zero intuition.
No emotional intelligence. Yeah. I see that. That was really frustrating, actually.
Yeah.
I also, why is he having that conversation with someone on the team who doesn't do anything for the mission?
Nothing for the mission.
So, I feel like if I were Javi, I would not even be talking about any of that. I would just be like, don't worry about it. It's all good.
Yeah, it's good.
Javi's just trying to live his best life. I don't think he cares.
Well, he's not living it because Oliver's Twist is taking care of that.
He's not trying to live his best life. I mean, like when Ian was out of line, he was very Team Nico and frustrated that Ian would ruin the mission for his own ego. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think he's just like messing around with August. teasing
He's
Oliver.
not messing around with August.
I think
though.
he's just trying to have a good time. And so I think when Sasha comes up, he's like, yeah, whatever. This is how we turn it off.
Javi just flirted with
guys-
August and kissed her. That's it.
Can we just like agree that he's just immature?
Javi?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave
Yeah.
Oliver a concussion.
Exactly.
Right.
What guy on this ship isn't immature?
Oliver. Oliver's not immature.
William's
Yeah,
pretty
he is.
mature,
I don't think so.
but he's not real.
I think Oliver is he's hyper emotional, but when you watch him, his emotions have led him to make sound decisions. When has he ever put anybody on that ship in danger with his decisions?
He took his mask off when they were on that
I
moon.
was gonna say that.
That was after he was coerced into doing it, finding out that it was safe. Remember, he was like, we shouldn't be doing this. We can't breathe this air. She was like, dude, it's cool. And it still took him another minute or two to finally say, okay, let me see. He's very cautious. When he was working with when they were in the cleaning up the floors, he was saying, hey, dude, stop throwing water around.
What about when he was running from the moon? Remember, the moon was
Remind me
crashing
of
into
that.
the planet, and he was like, why would Nico? Do you see what Nico did to us?
Oh,
and like,
yeah.
he
Yeah, in the
was
beginning.
reacting emotionally then.
Yeah, but I'm saying that he hasn't done anything that has put everybody in danger. Like an example, Bernie put everyone in danger.
He hasn't done anything, period. Like, we haven't
Yes.
really seen much of him.
No,
Bang the gavel. That.
Okay,
Boom,
so
boom, boom.
okay, but that also marries to my point. If he hasn't done anything, my point is that he hasn't done anything immature that puts everyone in danger. What you're saying is he hasn't done anything to help anyone either, but he also hasn't done anything to hurt anyone. So that tells me that he's probably the most self-aware out of everybody there because he's not putting himself in that position.
Let's talk about this at the end of the season. Let's give him some time.
Okay.
He's got a few
Wait.
more episodes left.
How much more time do you need, girl? It's
What?
already been 7
It's 7 episodes.
What, Michelle acted like a hero the last episode.
Yeah,
All
but
of
we
a
felt
sudden.
it coming,
Yeah.
and we knew her purpose.
Right. Her purpose was to be a martyr, and that's what she did. But she was immature up until that point. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's take. Okay, so Sasha, we see Sasha's immature. He's useless. We saw that. He hasn't done anything. Bernie collected the soil and was the walking virus, right? Javi gave Oliver a concussion because of his immaturity. Michelle did countless things. She was using profanity. She was not listening to anyone in leadership. She died as a martyr, which made her look good. So as it stands right now, out of the non-leaders, the only 2 people I can name, Zane is one, and Oliver is the other one, who haven't done anything to put anybody in danger.
August.
August is not a leader.
She's more of a leader than Oliver.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, she-
Okay.
August is definitely more of a leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oliver listens to her, doesn't he?
Well, of course
Yeah.
he does.
He does. Yeah. He dances for
She
her.
did
when
an eyebrow
when
raise.
Yeah. She pulls his strings. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll do whatever she wants.
Well,
him
let's
to
move
do.
on into Oliver's twist. So,
Look at you.
a little a little subplot right here.
All right.
So we see this communion between August and Oliver. You know, it seems to be interrupted. You know, it's an aggravating interruption because August is saying, "Bruh, it's not your girl, it's not me. What's the deal? Like, I'm here.
August
like,
is
I'm
ready."
And he has to let her know that he's pure. And he seems to be embarrassed by that. How do you think that's affecting their communication with each other? Because they have to work together. How's that affecting their communication?
I think it affects him overall. Now we know why he's been tense the entire ship. Because the boy has never been laid. And he's freaking out the entire time because there's beautiful women all around them that are like kind of partially naked. Because if you
Beautiful
haven't
women
known,
all around them?
well, come on. There's a lot of beautiful women on this ship.
On that ship?
Oh, come on.
Are you don't think so?
What?
I am straight, and I think that all the women on that ship are hot.
Right.
Okay.
And you
it's
know
a matter
what?
of opinion.
You better chill right now
could've been
because
on
this
some
whole
worse
show
ships.
is on the whole feminist ride. So you better be careful what you
Yeah,
say.
that has nothing to do with the looks though.
I think all the women on that ship are attractive.
Are fine as hell. That's okay.
Attractive and beautiful are not the same definitions.
Okay. Let me rephrase what I said. I think everyone that is a woman on that ship is hot, and I'm straight in saying this.
All right. Well, there you go. Go ahead, Hallie.
These are facts. Like,
I'm actually actually enjoying Dina a little bit more right now. I almost want to just let her go on that.
And not before. Excuse me.
No, she's saying today. You just ready?
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Blooper.
Don't be stirring us to trouble, okay? Let's keep it on the show.
I'm just gonna leave you guys.
Well, no,
to-
Jack, I'm coming to you
You're
because
always stirring
you
us
gotta
trouble.
turn
You're
this.
just
You
gonna
gotta turn
run
this
away?
oven off, sir.
Right.
So, what do you think
What
about
were we
Oliver?
even talking-
Oliver and
okay,
August.
right.
What do you think about Oliver and August? Their relationship seems that they have to work together.
Well, it's obviously awkward right now.
Okay.
I think they'll probably hook up before the end of the show, but they're gonna make it a long and awkward transition, or right before it happens, one of them doesn't make it.
Of course.
Um,
I think
Poor
August is
Oliver.
not going to make it.
You don't think August is gonna make it?
Nope. Her brother's already gone.
Can she get laid
Poor-
first?
poor
That's what I think. I think
I
they're
was
going
gonna
to
say,
have.
it's unfair if Oliver dies before, right?
It is unfair. It's also cheating him. But I think that I think August is going to die as a default of the fact that her brother's gone and Oliver has someone who he's in love with back home.
But can she get laid first? Can you just promise me that?
What about
much?
Oliver? He at least gets a.
I don't
one,
care about Oliver.
one shot.
I don't think Oliver should be doing anything because he's still together with his girlfriend. He should break up.
They're not married.
Actually,
I don't think she's
an
real.
AI. Remember you said virtual sex?
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't realize
Oh, yeah,
that.
he did say that.
He said virtual reality sex, which means the girlfriend isn't real. It's probably a video game.
It's probably a William
Oh.
or a Wilhelmina.
Right.
Okay.
So his girlfriend isn't. I mean, she's not real.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that totally went over my
That
head.
is a fair point. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go back to. Go ahead, Dina.
Well,
before
I was
move
just
on.
gonna say the scenario is interesting because usually I feel like a lot of women typically complain about guys wanting to get into their pants right away.
Of course.
So it's just interesting because August was very upset about
Yeah.
that.
It always turns out that the promiscuous woman is with like the docile guy.
I don't think she's promiscuous.
She's
I
not
think
promiscuous,
No, I think
yeah.
she knows what she wants and she's going for it.
Okay.
Guys do that all the time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think she's promiscuous at all.
Okay.
I thought the scenario was interesting because I usually hear women complaining, oh, like he only went on a date with me because he wanted to get in my pants.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do that.
August wants to get into his
Yeah.
Okay.
The tables have turned in this show.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Well, how about the tables turning on Harper and she's getting dragged into the artifact?
She deserved that.
Dina, you're up first, Dina.
Dina!
Go ahead,
girl.
Dina.
Do I need to add further comment to that?
No,
She
if you-
deserved it.
That's it.
She deserved it.
We need to put that on the
Dina
shirt.
is spicy right now,
deserved
yo.
That's it. Just put she deserved that.
Wait a minute.
had it coming.
Hold up, I gotta call you out on something right now. Earlier, you were talking about how Nico was out of line for saying to Sasha that he should have died. Now you're saying it's okay that Harper was dragged away by
She
aliens
didn't
or
die,
possibly.
though.
But she's not gonna die.
She's
But
not
she
gonna
could
die.
though.
No, she's not.
She could.
I think the alien artifact sucked her in because
She's an influencer.
she's an influencer. She has all these followers, and if the alien
Artifact-ish, whatever.
if they already have control of Sasha's mind, that's like the leadership role. They need the media role.
the PR that Egan was
the
talking
PR,
about.
Yeah,
That's
so
why she deserves it. It's because
all
she
I'm
earned those followers and she can influence.
Oh
so
my
she
gosh,
earned
Jack.
the right for this exclusive
Jack,
with the aliens
Jack, don't make me
inside. the
drag you
artifact.
out.
Congratulations,
too.
Harper. Your badge of honor is here.
Okay, Hallie, I want you to respond.
To which part?
To first off, that she
Are you
deserved
defending
it.
Harper?
No.
Okay, well go ahead. Let her
go
go.
ahead.
Let her go. Go ahead, Hallie.
And if I was.
Then she's gonna say Harper deserved it.
Yeah. I stand by my position.
Look. I'm not saying Harper doesn't suck, okay? I agree with you. But my whole point about bringing that up is that it seems like your moral compass goes wherever your satisfaction flows.
Ooh.
Like you don't like you like Nico a little bit more, right? So you're a little bit lenient on her. And you're
Okay.
saying it wasn't that big of a deal. She was kind of out of line. She was like, oh, you should have died. But because you can't stand Harper, and when you saw her being dragged away, you were like, slow clap.
Yeah, well, okay.
Oh.
I know Harper is not dead and she's not gonna die.
That's what it is.
I said she deserved to be sucked into the alien artifact.
That's a fair point.
Because she put herself in that position.
Yeah, because she should have been out there. That's the thing. So before the show, Jack and I were having a conversation. We didn't get deep into it, But Jack and I were talking about Secretary of Defense's position. He's the Secretary of Defense. He is no longer required to be on the front line. Yet we see him on the front line, and Harper's arrogance causes her to be on the front line. So in my opinion, rightfully so, she's dragged into the artifact because she shouldn't have been out there in the first place.
Do you ever see reporters going alongside the army to fight with them in this war, in any war?
Right.
No. So why on earth is Harper
and she's endangering herself when
when she can easily just get the quotes from her sources?
And
they can describe the situation, and you just say that they said that.
I'm with
Shouldn't she? That's her first-hand experience. Now she's there. Now she gets to see it with her own eyes.
Risk. Nobody knows what the aliens are capable of doing. Why would you, as a journalist?
But Eric said inside all he saw was like his wife and his kid and all the world's knowledge. So why would you be scared of that? I think if you're an influencer with millions of followers who you want to give information to, the idea of going into a room where you could have all the information you ever wanted would actually be the most impressive thing you could, or most important thing you could ever do.
I am so impressed by this episode. It has really riled us up, and you guys should check out the chat right now. Everybody is going berserk
chat's
talking.
Popping off.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, look, I want to respond to what Jack said. Jack, the way I see it is this. She, as a reporter, her job is not to Dina's point, to fight. Now, I know she may want to be there. Eric, in a sense, is prepared to have his mind commandeered by some other entity. He works as a scientist. He understands so many different things on a higher plane than what we can, I guess, speak to at this point. I don't want to pontificate because I don't know. But the point is that he's prepared for that. And notice how he said immediately he was ready. As soon as it happened, he recognized immediately that, oh, this person is trying to infiltrate my brain. Harper's not prepared for that. She's someone she's frivolous to a point. She thinks that she's smarter than what she really is. She's a reporter, a journalist. She's just an influencer.
There were air quotes attached to the reporter, by the way.
Right. Yeah, reporter. Journalist.
For those of you listening and not watching.
Yeah, and speaking of listening and whatnot, I really want to shout out people talking in our chat right now. You guys are being such a support, and we love the conversation. I see Sitha, ER's grandpa, and Anna Black. Keep the conversation going because we love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sitha has actually made a good point about reporters going into war zones and being a part of. Going out into war zones and being a part of the battles. War correspondence is the word I was trying to find in the chat where it was said. But so there are reporters that do go out into war. I don't know that world very well, so I don't know how closely the reporters are with the...
I mean, I haven't done it, but in my opinion, it seems like they are observing from like a distance, like a safe distance.
Yeah, I understand that. I've seen most of us have seen behind the scenes like with A&E or Discovery channels where they have the actual photographers and reporters, and
they're like the press too, and they have a helmet. Like if they're going close, then they have like protection gear on them.
Right, but anyway.
So if you were a reporter though, there was an alien ship, and you had the chance to get the scoop of a lifetime, would you not do everything you could to get as close as you could?
Depends on how big my house already is.
Necessary. It's just not necessary.
If I'm already living in Bel Air, I'm cool.
Because
it's not about the story, it's about that money.
250 million followers.
She's still getting an exclusive scoop if she's sitting at the tables in the back. Like she still has she's still able to observe everything.
She has enough access.
She has more. No one else has that access. She's the only person, so she already has the exclusive scoop.
We need to learn about her because I'm really notired of living on these assumptions of Harper, wondering what her backstory is because we know nothing.
They gave us a little bit,
but not a lot of it.
I do kind of like that little crumb we got of how she may or may not have stolen the story that made her famous, and I love the very ambiguous gray area background she has. Where is she just ripping people off? Did she build this empire on her own?
I believe she's ripping people off.
Oh, I believe so too. But it's fun that they never confirm it. I like the gray area.
You're telling me that she doesn't take notes watching this? and that she actually came up with that story herself.
I love how that's
Dina is on it. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to cut this conversation off because it has been so great. Just to let you all, the viewers know, I can feel the heat emanating from Dina's arm.
I've been annoyed about something since this morning.
Fire. That's for you, Dina.
We love it, Dina. This is what I was saying a couple of weeks ago. Remember, I said Dina is like on fire. I love it. I think Hallie, you're great. Jack, you're always great. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is a wonderful episode, Living the Dream. We will find out how much that dream means in our next episode. But now we are going to go to our space games.
Hey, y'all ready for this one? All right, y'all. I made this a little bit more difficult for you and a lot more fun for me.
Thanks, Hallie.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is a phrase that we know very, very well.
Okay.
And it has to do with the opposite of living. What is the opposite of living?
Dying.
Thank you. Good job. Okay, so this quote comes from a famous movie called The Poltergeist.
No, I didn't watch it.
I've never watched that.
What?
This house is clear.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But it's
Opposite.
okay, we could guess the
Yeah.
color,
Okay.
right?
Opposite of darkness.
Light.
Like, okay.
Dying in the light.
No. What do you say to someone when you don't want them to go?
Stay.
Don't see the light.
You're close.
Don't walk to the light.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, and I win.
That's like a half a point.
That is
That's like a full
2
point.
points.
I
Three
said most of
minimum.
the phrase.
But
You wouldn't.
Three
Okay,
minimum.
Whatever.
all right. Well,
Judges?
I mean, she had great spirit, but Jack gets.
All right,
the
Paula
point.
Abdul.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, Paula Abdul.
You look great, but...
All right, next one. Okay, so everyone's freaking out. This is it's a word. It's 2 words put together, and it describes a type of phenomenon that someone experiences when they're freaking out.
Panic
A
attack?
panic attack. Oh, well, he got it
That is
first.
so quickly.
He got it first. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but throughout the entire episode, I heard them mention panic attack 3 times.
Oh, okay, I
3
didn't
times
pay
going in
attention.
panic. Yeah.
Okay.
Cass
that's true.
Cass was like, don't go into a panic. And then Nico was like, I don't need everyone panicking. And then Eric said there's too much panic going on.
Oh,
and
okay.
it just seemed to be the theme of the entire episode. Everyone was panicking.
Okay.
But it was amazing. I loved it. All right. So next one. By the way, it's so weird that you're winning right now.
Yeah, he's up. That's
Nah,
3. He had 1 last week, 2 this week, so that's 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Do you think
Yeah.
it has anything
Hashtag
to do with the fact that you sit next to me?
Sci-fi savant.
No.
hashtag.
Are you like peeking?
I mean,
No,
that is his name.
you can check the tape. I look away. I do.
His
All right,
name
all
is
right,
Sci-Fi
all right, all right, all right.
Savant.
I do.
Okay, so next one. This one, I couldn't help but add in. All right, so once again, this is a phrase, 2 words all together, and this has to do with what's the opposite of adult?
A kid.
Okay, name another synonym for.
Child.
There we go. You can participate.
Child star.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what happens when you leave a child alone? It's
Child neglect.
Child abandonment.
Yes. Child abandonment. I had to throw that in.
Child neglect, not a synonym for child abandonment.
But that wasn't the phrase.
You got to play
Sorry.
Jeopardy, Dina.
Yeah.
Alex Trebek is like, that it's incorrect.
Right. Can I get child abandonment for 300, Alex?
So it's cool. So it's 3, 2, 2. So we're all even. All right. So we're gonna leave it there
All
then.
No. I
you got
got one more.
Okay, one more.
All right.
Ooh.
This one's really, really fun for me.
All right, y'all. Last one. Join in on this, y'all.
All right. So this is a phrase that you use for someone who's overwhelmed. It is also a famous song by this particular rapper / I sing sometimes, and it goes like this: Kiki, do you love me?
Oh my
I'm
God. Feelings.
riding
Yes.
What
I'm
is
over
it?
saying Drake.
in my feelings.
Yes. So 4, 2, 2. Okay. All right. So Jack is up.
So annoying.
All right, y'all. So
yes.
Oh, don't be sore loser, dear.
it's all good. The
I'm
real
not
Jack
a sore
Farmer.
loser. I just said it's annoying.
The real Jack Farmer won this week. He's up 4. Dina and Josh are at 2. So next week, next episode, when we see each other, I'll definitely do my best to beat out Jack. Now we're going to our guru for our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, you guys, another life star, Katie Sackhoff, is in Hawaii for the Spartan race. She finished the race yesterday, placed second in her age group and 9th overall in the sprint. In an Instagram post today, she describes the race as one of the hardest things she's ever done. Katie also went 72 hours without her iPhone, and the experience is on her YouTube channel. We'll have a video up here soon, but let's look at these pictures real quick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you guys notice how toned her arms are in the show? Mm-hmm. She literally has her veins sticking out of her arm muscles. It's so great.
Yes.
She's such an inspiration.
It's very Angela
She's
Bassett-esque.
my inspiration.
Hi, I am going 72 hours without electronics. I am going 72 hours without electronics. I'm gonna call it advanced electronics because obviously that camera's electronic and this microphone is an electronic. But 72 hours, Sunday at midnight to Wednesday at midnight. The reason, hold on one second. Ironically, I need to go get my phone to prove the point of why. Dun, 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 dun. The culprit, my hell, the bane of my existence, my iPhone. We're just gonna see how many hours I've spent on my phone in the last week. Screen time. This is today. It's 4:45. It's Sunday. 3 hours and 48 minutes. 4 hours I've been on my phone. Let's see.
Wow.
7 days. My average per day is 6.5 hours.
Wow.
18 hours is on social networking. Only 6 hours is on productivity. And 6 hours is on reading and reference. My weekly total is 45 hours and 37 minutes.
That is a
Let's
full-time
talk about what you could
job.
do in 45 hours. Okay?
Oh my gosh,
I could learn
yeah.
another language.
So
I probably could have graduated from college. I could drive to Vancouver, British Columbia from Los Angeles, California, and back again. Yeah,
Whoa.
45 hours, 72 hours without
Okay, so it's a
electronics. To
20-minute
me,
video,
sounds
and
like
it
vacation.
goes on and on. But in the vlog, she says it's a little strange not checking her phone every morning when she wakes up. You can watch the entire 20-minute video on Katie's channel. The link is pinned on her Twitter account.
That's really awesome that she's becoming self-aware, because phones can cause an issue. So we thank you so much, Dina.
Shout out to the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers shirt as well. That was a great shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's time for us to heartbreak these predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, Jack, it's on you.
I think what we're going to see is that the artifact lets you kind of see anything you want and feel anything you want, because the alien is really just trying to figure out what we as a species want, so it knows whether or not we are dangerous.
Okay, Hallie.
Last time I said I had no predictions. This episode turned out to be amazing. So I am going to leave it at that because I want every episode to be amazing.
Okay, go ahead, Dina.
I was going to say that I think that the aliens are slightly hostile because they clearly have everything planned out. So something ridiculous is going to happen between the aliens and the army or something. I don't know.
I
Okay.
concur.
I think that I do think Harper is going to be compromised, and I think that Egan Harris, the Secretary of Defense, is going to find a way to get to his son Sasha to see what's going on with his brain. So we thank you all so much for viewing us tonight. We had a great time. Jack, let everybody know where they can find you, sir.
You can find me at RealJackFarmer across all social media and at jackcfarmer.com if you're looking for a DJ, host, or MC for your live event.
All right, Hallie.
You can find me at Pure Halle, Purehalle, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the things.
All right.
At Dina Kalafala on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, and I am your Jupiter journeyman, Joshua Wright. You can find me on social media at Cleverly Clad. I'll also be doing David Makes Man Wednesdays at 10 p.m. And if you want to know where I got this shirt, look at my Instagram stories. We'll see you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.